danganronpa.
É alto. Nossa, minha voz tá um estrago. Não tem nenhuma habilidade. Tenho 7. Tenho Jardim Flames. Pô, esse aqui é bom. Vou pegar aqui. A vítima é Nekomaru Nidai, também conhecida como Nekamaru, depois de se tornar um robô. Ela foi descoberta na Torre da Uva, dentro da Casa Maluca. A cabeça foi destruída e impossível de reparar por ele ser estimada como a causa da morte. Apesar de estar desmembrada, seus membros foram projetados para serem desmontáveis. Parece que eles se separaram devido a um grande impacto. Além disso, várias partes de seu corpo estão danificadas, portanto perdeu várias funcionalidades. O corpo e a perna esquerda. Mano, eu tô muito pra baixo, preciso baixar a câmera um tiquinho. O corpo e a perna esquerda do Nekomaru estavam amarrados com uma corda de arame. No final das cordas formavam um laço. O botão localizado na nuca do Nekomaru. Esse botão faz parar todas as funções do Nekomaru e o força a entrar no modo de suspensão. O corpo do Nekomaru liberou esse óleo. A maior parte vem da ferida mortal em sua cabeça. Um dos pilares da porta estava derrubado no chão. A parte mais destruída do pilar foi manchada. Pesava tanto que 2 pessoas não conseguiam levantar. O enorme martelo encontrado no chão da torre estava completamente limpo. A corrente foi colocada nas bastantes da Torre da Uva. Por alguma razão, o assassino conseguiu entrar na torre do corredor de morango. Aparentemente, a Kanye ouviu um barulho às 5:30 da manhã. Muitos fragmentos de pedra estavam espalhados debaixo do corpo de Nekomaru. Entanto, não havia fragmentos no cima do seu corpo. Parece que foi o Rico ver o Nekomaru ir ao primeiro andar da casa de morango às 5 da manhã. Às 5:30 da manhã, o alarme do relógio de parede na sala de estar do segundo andar da casa de morango começou a tocar. O Rico estava na sala de estar por coincidência e conseguiu parar o alarme. Mas o Kazueite e Gundam correram para a sala depois de serem alertados pelo som. No entanto, Nagito foi aparentemente o único que não ouviu isso. O elevador de contato dado para o transporte entre as duas casas estava quebrado e não estava funcionando. Esse quebrado, quer dizer. Aparentemente estava quebrado no lado da casa da uva, então a última pessoa a usá-la teria chegado à casa da uva. O botão da casa do morango que abre a porta que conduz à torre estava quebrado. Nagito deveria estar na casa de morango, mas ele apareceu na casa de uva através de um método desconhecido. O elevador de transporte deveria estar quebrado. Aparentemente a agulha da bússola girou 180 graus enquanto estava dentro do elevador de transporte. Nekomaru usou seu despertador para sair do modo de suspensão. Os braços do relógio foram interrompidos por volta das 7:30. E o alarme também foi agitado para 7:30. O relógio no peito de Nekomaru recebeu ondas de rádio em intervalos fixos e se ajusta automaticamente se o seu tempo estiver desligado. Basicamente é um relógio incrivelmente preciso que não pode ser manipulado, nem mesmo para ajustar a hora. Uma maçaneta da porta encontrada sob o pilar derrubado. Os parafusos na base foram removidos e algumas marcas de riscos. Faltavam novas maçanetas na porta da casa de morango. Essa maçaneta estava originalmente anexada à porta. Independentemente de você entrar na torre pelo corredor do morango, a colocação do corpo do Nekomaru, o pilar derrubado e as manchas de óleo, até mesmo as peças retiradas que Kazuichi arranjou, parecem estar exatamente iguais.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go! Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu!
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Cara.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs!
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously.
Obviamente.
As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes. One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you
O
in
Ganda
half!
e o Rico estão cada de bracinho cruzado, virado pra um lado.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand.
Até a senhorita Sônia pode entender. Nossa, tá chamando ela de burra.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You could totally tell just by looking.
Mas mais um rã. Pode dizer a arma do crime apenas olhando, não será um mistério se isso for verdade. A única coisa da cena do crime que parecia uma arma provavelmente era... Não é um martelo.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
Calma, não.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer!
Não, cara.
The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right! It was a surprise beating! The weapon is decided!
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer!
Calma. Ela que bateu nele. Tá, eu acho que é isso.
And beat the crap out of him!
No, that's wrong! No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Não, é apenas por pirraça.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Pra quê?
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Cara,
Then
fica
why bother
quieta.
cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Claro, claro, Kazuichi.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Claro, claro.
Seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
Na real tem óleo, mas algo estava dizendo no filme que tinha óleo. Pilar.
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon! Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar!
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
Não adianta, não tá movendo nem um pouco. Não te disse?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body! With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid! He ain't the type to commit suicide!
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
Mas isso me incomoda um pouco. A palavra suicídio. É realmente uma palavra que não é muito legal. A propósito, o quarto assassinato na vida escolar mortal aparentemente foi considerado um suicídio. Hã? Não, isso não deveria importar. Não tem como Nekomaru cometer suicídio.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Fofa.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
Peso do...
There's no need to lift that pillar.
Fragmentos
The pillar was
pilar.
not lifted. Beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
No, that's wrong! If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Já andaste no live de danganronpa.
Fragments?
Nada melhora.
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath
E
Nekomaru's
tem que
body.
acabar de comer
There
também.
weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Tá querendo deixar isso pra lá por quê?
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Oh.
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, same as usual.
Para de ser
You're
surtado,
unable to clear a
homem.
path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
Vai fazer uma terapia.
What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Vai pra terapia, surtado.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a
Nossa, além
hand.
de surtado, ele é arrogante.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
Ele ainda tá falando como um lunático, mas ele tá falando como um
I've
lunático
learned a valuable
arrogante.
lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Ignorance is your
What do
best
you
friend.
mean?
Ignorance is your
Who
best
cares?
friend.
Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate
Cala a
weapon.
boca.
No,
Chato.
you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your four
Sônia, não vai na dele.
destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
Mano,
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
baixa tua bola.
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
As duas casas estão ligadas à torre no meio. Também achei que era assim no começo, mas... acabei encontrando provas que contradizem completamente isso. 3. Sensação estranha na torre. Calma. Que a sensação estranha na torre. A sensação estranha na torre.
Are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
Ai, alarme, calma aí.
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
Uau,
And the designs on the floor are also different.
grande argumento.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret
No
of the
mesmíssimo
funhouse.
lugar.
Is that really it?
Quebrada.
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
Parede de cor diferente, tem no chão.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape are
Vou
actually
tentar.
the exact same
Aqui.
place.
Ai,
No, that's wrong.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
boa tarde.
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
Vou tirar o produto que tá no meu cabelo. Cinco minutinhos.
Bem-vindo, Livepix.
Só respondendo. Sim, o Kazuichi é realmente muito chato. Casa de insuportável. Deus me livre se a Sônia vai ficar com esse gado. Me atazanando o tempo todo. Tá doido?
Intervalo para anúncios a seguir.
Foi rapidinho.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said
Eles
too
tendo
much.
que decifrar o que o Nagito
If
tá
the floor
querendo
didn't
dizer.
rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Ai, Sônia. Dá trabalho.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Não.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower? But we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there's no bread, let them eat cake. There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the...
Tá, eu olho.
That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is wielding the power of the futuristic the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
Allow me to cut through those words! Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired-up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
Espero que se une ao segredo da casa maluca. Nós não temos pistas suficientes pra resolver esse mistério. Então a única coisa que podemos fazer é confiar na única pessoa que tem essas pistas. Ah, não. Não.
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint!
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
Ai, não, que você me estressa. Fica
It's
calado é um
also
poeta.
important for me because it will help me determine something.
Decidir. Ele tá falando sobre o traidor. Se for isso, por que o Nagata tá falando sobre isso de repente? Aconteceu alguma coisa com ele?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
Ah, o assassino sabe também.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
Razão. Ele realizou a ação apropriada para descobrir o segredo. Se ele quiser fazer sobre aquilo. É um jogo de vida ou morte.
I see! You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
Deixa eu te mostrar essa janela aqui que eu trouxe no bolso.
At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Ah, é verdade, ele tava com a câmera.
Took a picture?
Yep.
Nagata sorriu assustadoramente enquanto pegava uma pequena câmera digital do seu bolso.
See? This is it.
E após ele dizer isso, ele nos mostrou uma foto peculiar.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird?
Alto.
If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Muitas coisas que não deveriam fazer sentido nessa foto.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Que algo não faz sentido nessa foto. Essa árvore. Não é?
Here! You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Ele disse que há muitas coisas que não fazem sentido nessa foto. Quer dizer que há outras contradições contidas na foto. Que algo não faz sentido nessa foto. Consigo ver o mapa? Não. Calma aí, calma aí, calma aí. Eu preciso fazer um desenho. Aqui. sala mortal era aqui. Aqui era o elevador. Aqui tinha uma sala. Tinha outra sala. O corredor de morango ficava na mesma parede que a sala mortal. Ficava, né? Ficava na direita. É, saindo do elevador era a parede da esquerda. Então aqui... A posição da parede tá errada. Eu pego a parede ou o pilar? Pego a pilar.
Crap!
Tá, é o corredor então. Ah, não é isso. Tá, eu cliquei em 8 lugares diferentes da torre. O que mais não faz sentido? Mano, não sei. Céu?
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was,
O que o céu tem a ver?
Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
Ah, tá.
Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Mano, fica na tua.
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Outra pista. Ele tá falando aquela vez. E aí, Hajime? Agatha, como você sabe isso aqui? Parecendo, ora. Parecendo? Como assim? Talvez eu tenha me teletransportado.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Ela era apenas mais uma dica para descobrir o mistério por trás da estrutura da casa maluca. A razão pela qual Nagita apareceu a partir do terceiro andar. Ao examinar a foto que ele tirou, eu posso encontrar a resposta se eu pensar bem sobre isso. Tudo bem, vamos dar uma chance. Ai, o joguinho do cu, graças a Deus. Ai, surgiu esse treco. O tá abaixo. Casa do morango e casa do ambos. Onde esteve nas duas. Pergunta é essa. A mulher aparece do nada, velho. Tá foda. Não está fácil. Casa do morango e casa do são o mesmo edifício, ou edifícios diferentes, mesmo edifício. Tem que ter reflexo muito rápido pra jogar essa graça. Meu pulo não alcança. Meu pulo é longo demais. Eu tenho que desacelerar porque não vai tá dando. Eu pulo longe demais. Não dá. Casa do morango e casa do são posicionadas entre si verticalmente. Casa do morango e casa do vamos existem sim. Casa do morango e casa do avô são o mesmo edifício ou dois edifícios diferentes, mesmo edifício. Uma casa do morango e casa do avô são posicionadas entre si verticalmente.
Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I
A
wonder?
correta.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There is only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different three-story buildings. They're actually one six-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
A casa do morango está localizada acima da casa do avô.
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the fourth floor above Grape House.
Oh snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
Macacos.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is four-sided, and Grape House is six-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
E a gente entrou numa tangente e não resolveu até agora a arma.
Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then it's true? The building was really
Quando-
like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
A temática desse tribunal tá dentro dos meus
Building like
olhos.
that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
A decepção da
Definitely make her
Sônia.
watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Deixa eu ver os
I'm
argumentos
gonna
primeiro.
solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Definitivamente não é uma
You mean
hack.
a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body.
Ai.
It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
Como que é?
One of the bodies in one of the towers
Como que é o manequim? Não, mano, essa torre.
was actually a dummy!
No, that's wrong!
Usei a mesma prova 2 vezes.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower. we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said...
Não apenas isso, as partes que eu arranjei cuidadosamente quando mantei o corpo também se moveram.
Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
Mhm.
You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
É.
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Nossa. A Chuck tem que desenhar um dispositivo assim. Se chama elevadora. O dispositivo que transporta coisas para andares diferentes no mesmo edifício. Uma elevadora. Conhece? Eles usaram. Eu que já vi isso antes, mano. Chuck, desenha, por favor. Tudo bem, vamos dar uma chance. Os caras são burros demais pra entender alguma coisa simples. Elevador. Ele... O fato deles não saberem imediatamente de que se trata de um elevador me preocupa um pouco. De um lado. Eleva... Sério, eu tive que fazer eu tive que fazer um caça-palavras pra palavra elevadora.
Must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
É por isso que a corrente foi só um bait.
Sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
Chão. Coisas que não mudaram quando nos movemos entre as duas torres. Inclui o corpo, o pilar e o óleo. Nós temos conversado sobre isso por um tempo agora. Não deveria haver nada estranho nele, até mesmo o fato de que todos eles se moveram com o elevador. A única coisa que todos têm em comum estava no chão.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change? And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
Algo único sobre esse elevador. Dentro do chão se move.
I see. So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
Parede.
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
Porque é uma casa maluca.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, Monami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Wait, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
É uma decoração também.
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Prender. Melhor os braços. Eu disse, provavelmente poderia usar seus pés para reparar esse botão, mas... Espera um minuto. Mesmo se você reparar o botão, o que vai acontecer com a corrente do outro lado da porta? Corrente. A porta Lá no corredor do morango tem uma corrente enrolada na maçã. Mesmo se você clicar o botão no outro lado do corredor do morango, a porta não vai abrir enquanto a corrente estiver lá. Você não precisa se preocupar com isso. Hã?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
Olha, não vai dar dele.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? So, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
Entendi, agora que você me ensinou, eu esqueci completamente sobre esse assunto.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Concordo com o que significa. Se os casos estiverem conectados verticalmente, a posição da torre deve ser a mesma em ambos os casos. Mas na verdade, quando meus casos estavam de frente para o elevador da casa da Uva, a torre estava à minha direita. Quando meus casos estavam de frente para o elevador na casa de Morango, a torre estava à minha esquerda. Como posso romper essa contradição? Do Kazuichi. Só pra confirmar.
The elevator should move
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
Quando eles se tornaram uma dupla.
What's with
Uma
this iron
pergunta.
curtain of teamwork?
If if the two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong! The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
Que trampo fazer um
And thanks to
elevador
that,
assim.
the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Mas não estava num parque de diversões.
A funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff.
A arma que a gente não discutiu até agora.
What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Que octógono significa? Ah, mano. Eu voltei a ter 10 anos de idade, 6 anos de idade, aprender as formas
An
geométricas.
octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that.
Cara, eles estão no ensino médio.
Student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Não precisa ser inteligente pra saber que um octágono são 8 lados.
Listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Lugar condizente com o nome octágono, provavelmente. Selecione no local.
Here! You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer, probably realize the secret of the funhouse from the scenery.
Ou seja, definitivamente não foi a
Thought of a way
Kazuichi.
to kill, making use of the building structure.
Kazuichi não seria tão inteligente.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they
Também
killed
não foi a
using the
Kanye.
building structure?
Já podemos ir eliminando umas
That's why the
pessoas.
killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. Truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Caso maluca a verdadeira identidade da arma suprema. O que isso significa? Quem é o culpado dos dois por assassinar o Nekomaru? E quem é o assassino que fez isso? Estamos na metade. Olá a todos, eu criei uma nova maldição para usar na Monami. Consigo fazer a volta no Akuma. Eu já posso dizer que não vou ficar nada feliz com isso. Deixe-me dizer imediatamente. Eu já tô acostumado a ser ilustrada e difamada, não como me magoar com uma simples palavra. A Monami é realmente mais tugorosa. Não foi o tempo do que eu esperava, mas tugorosa. Você não entendeu nada, isso significa... Estúpida, gorda e horrorosa, juntas elas formam uma combinação letal que resulta em... Tcharam, isso mesmo, estugorosa. Não tem a palavra gorda escondida aí.
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious stufatly.
Que barulho foi esse? Não me diga que foi meu tablet desligando.
Hello. I hope
No.
your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
Não consigo comer.
Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is... the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
Ele tinha uma foto.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
Ih, mudou bastante seu depoimento.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but... I will sincerely retract that remark.
Aí a arrogância dele tá batendo na lua.
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's
Entendo.
just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Claro, claro.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Dilúvio local. Então, como sempre, não consigo entender o que ele está pensando. Não faço ideia se ele está falando sério ou não. Ah, ele está falando sério isso?
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
A causa da morte da Nekomaru. Estava terrivelmente danificado, como se tivesse sido espancado com um objeto contundente. Mas se ele foi espancado com um objeto contundente, não teria sido um assassinato que utilizou a estrutura do edifício. Então, como a estrutura do edifício poderia causar uma morte? Queda.
I see. That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Nekomaru morreu em uma queda de onde o assassino empurrou Nekomaru. Lugar nenhum. Para alcançar a verdade por trás do incidente, precisa resolver esse mistério de seguir.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside,
Botão de boa noite.
the other door won't
Tem.
open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong! That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. there would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Maneira de criar uma queda dentro do elevador enquanto o Nekomaru estava lá dentro. Deixa eu te explicar. É que parece ser uma ideia, mas de que maneira isso poderia ser feito? Fala por cima dela, deixa eu te explicar.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Crap!
É alguma coisa que mostra nele.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop
corda.
within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Não.
So what
Vai
if they created
humilhar.
a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Gravidade. Nosso argumento gravidade.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Controle? Meu controle morreu. Acho que fiz sem corte.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Né? Tem que ser um por cada.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Nie.
Crap!
What? Nekomaru should have... If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you want, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside...
Damn it!
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
O alarme do relógio. Não, o alarme do relógio eu tô... Tá, o alarme.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words. What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
Tá. Aqui.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
Amaru.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Eu não esperava que a nossa tenda caísse. O motivo para ele não ter isso foi porque... Nesse caso, usei todo o meu poder. O rugido feroz da Komaro colocou todo o seu poder em pegar a maçã com as duas mãos. Nossa. Ainda não. Aqui vem aquele força de 1 milhão de cavalos de potência. Pera, se você quebrar a maçaneta, ficaremos presos aqui. Foi realmente o que aconteceu? Então, sabia que Nekomaru nos deixou.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Porque ela não quer te agradar.
This guy, he gets off on this. So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
Bateu no pilar.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Sim. Não significa que o Nekomaru caiu direto no chão. Senão não teria um pilar derrubado com óleo. No momento que o Nekomaru caiu no chão, a única coisa que posso pensar que aconteceu foi... que colidiu com o pilar.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Teoricamente
Well,
não
the
foi.
pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
Provavelmente foi uma consistência.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
Mas tem uma,
Here's yet another contradiction has been birthed.
mas tem uma
How were
contradição
you
muito mais
able to
básica.
discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Outro mistério que não entendi seria apenas um mistério após o outro. Mas não posso fraquejar em um momento como este. Só mais um pouquinho eu conseguiria acusar a verdade. É que o assassino desse caso foi muito bem articulado. Com certeza deve haver uma pista para romper a sua contradição. Deixa eu ver o que eles estão falando antes de pegar uma bala.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
Era ali.
We headed for Grape Tower.
Se eu tivesse usado o
Before
foco,
7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm
Teria
inside
conseguido.
Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died
Ai,
because
ai.
of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside
No, that's wrong. No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
não o relógio dele.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
Mas um relógio de
There's no
parede você pode
possibility
mudar
that the
facilmente
time
uma
was
hora.
tampered with. Then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Essa contradição relacionada ao tempo, eu não acho que devo duvidar dos testemunhos. Eu deveria duvidar do relógio. Sim, não duvide das pessoas, duvide dos objetos inanimados. Não tem erro não tem erro que algo foi feito, mas como isso foi feito? Acho que estamos esquecendo de algo. Talvez estamos entendendo mal alguma coisa. Pense, se me concentrar e pensar, deveria ser capaz de encontrar as respostas para esse mistério. Com as palavras não, com as palavras não, com as palavras não. Tá, é o do skate. Que rádio os outros interpretaram errado. Hora do edifício. O relógio foi manipulado. Ambos. Não. O relógio do edifício. Não tinha acabado de ler. Achava que era ambos dos casos. Relógio do edifício. Que bom que eu caí. Bem que eu caí de qualquer jeito. Vou colocar essa hora manipulada. Ai, acelera. que Hatman e os outros interpretaram errado a hora no edifício. Que o relógio foi manipulado os relógios do edifício. O caso teve a manipular ambas as casas.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
Ou todos
But
tinham.
what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So
Não tem
even if
muitos
you checked all the
relógios.
clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
É como se tivessem muitos relógios também.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
Nossa, certo esse problema. Preciso esclarecer quanto tempo passou quando o assassino manipulou os relógios. Esse com certeza é o próximo mistério. Eu vou alcançar a verdade de uma só vez. O que eu tô sendo rico? A Curly ouviu um barulho às 5:30 da manhã. E o Rico viu Nekomaru no primeiro andar da casa de morango assim. Tá, pode ser
If the
qualquer um
time
dos
in the
dois.
building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Sim, não tem erro.
Problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In
How the
our
could.
time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well,
Chiaki
the
e a
huge
Sônia
body
não
fell from
sabem
the
de
fourth
nada
floor to the
disso.
first, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
A Sônia
What is it,
perdidinha.
Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
Nossa, um som que acordou todo
I
mundo.
could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
Será que eles são os famosos que ouvimos às 5:30 da manhã? Vamos ter resposta para a diferença de tempo se estivesse bem na frente do meu nariz. Cara, você sabe matemática básica?
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at
Que
5,
triste que eu tenho que responder isso.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
Uma criança consegue responder essa pergunta.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Para atrair apenas o Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Além de manipular o tempo, o assassino também usou uma coisa específica. Ele estava tentando atrair apenas o Nekomaru, então essa coisa específica seria Tai do Monokuma.
I see.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Nossa, que escandaloso. Eu sinceramente não esperava que todos abandonassem Tai Chi do Monokuma. Mas já que acabou assim, afinal de contas, então acho que não posso fazer nada quanto a isso.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
Cala a boca, vocês dois.
Definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the
Obrigada.
theory.
Eu finalmente falou
Now
alguma
that
coisa de
we
útil.
found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hã?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Será?
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Nagito. Claro. Ou daquele que não tem um álibi naquele momento, certo? Não. Mas não é o Nagito, eu sei que não é ele.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You
Mas
didn't
agora,
come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
por que ninguém parou pra fazer a pergunta? Por que caralho esse alarme tocou em primeiro lugar?
You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
Oh, gente, vocês têm memória de peixe.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Ele não foi, viu?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but... It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
As únicas pessoas que não viram barulho estrondoso foram Nagito, Sony e Chiaki. Você quer dar o que esses três têm em comum? Será que isso também pode ser o segredo capaz de apontar para o assassino? Ah, não! É. É muito difícil. Quartos, rapaziadas, quartos de luxo. Para. Para todos. Ai. Ai. Ah, não. Jesus Cristo, perco muita vida nesse jogo. É literalmente impossível você não tomar vida nesse jogo.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Quartos são divididos por classe de qualidade. O quarto de luxo é prova de som e tem excelente isolamento de ar. O quarto normal tem seu isolamento, mas ainda é um lugar decente. O quarto medíocre tem um fluxo de ar severo e problemas de acabamento sem decoração.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Porque alguém escutou barulho e não devia.
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
De alguma forma, acho que eu estou entendendo o que o Nagito quer dizer. O assassino entre nós. O assassino que matou Nekomaru.
You're the only one!
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time.
Ele foi muito ardiloso.
Even though you were staying in a deluxe,
Mas o fato dele ter sido tão ardiloso.
am I right?
Ardiloso.
Gundam, you
Foi
have
que,
some sort of explanation, right?
foi que fudeu ele.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Se não fosse Fuyuhiko,
Just like us.
o plano teria sido
Best case
perfeito.
scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, If they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
E o álibi que ele tentou conseguir
I was in the
foi
lounge.
culpou ele.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
O que você tá fazendo? Esse estridente é pesado que o Supremo Governante do Submundo berrando por um sacrifício. Não vou fazendo todo esse barulho tão de repente.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but... How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this. Including myself and my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument? You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Que coincidência.
That's all it was. The world is always so
Conveniente pro seu.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime,
Vai
this
começar.
class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Imagina.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder.
Mais estranho.
What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Deixa no maluco uma
Please
puta.
hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
A gente já ouviu e não
Please
fez sentido
completely
nenhum.
shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, How would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was
Meio
already at
correto.
Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing.
Da metade, certo?
Means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Isso tá errado. Quando algo está obviamente errado, é aí que nasce uma contradição. Não existe uma contradição que não pode ser superada. Eu precisava disso aqui, na real. Eu não tenho aparição súbita, né? Não.
The only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption
Acho que vou precisar pegar o testemunho de alguém.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the...
No, that's wrong! No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist!
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
De novo, eu vou ter que falar do Nagito. Eu não quero mais ver a cara desse moleque.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Ai, vai se fazer
Don't
de
play dumb.
burro.
You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, como você apareceu aqui? Aparecendo, ora.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Cara, que desprezo é
But you're
esse?
right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Yeah.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion.
Ele sabia sobre o segredo da casa maluca.
If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Eu já não gosto de você de jeito nenhum. Eu não tenho ideia.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
O argumento dele é cansativo, me cansou de ouvir isso.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down! I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Acorda.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Tá.
Know the limits of your own
Só tem
reasoning.
ponto fraco.
You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom...
Allow me to cut through those words! The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
Tava no bolso.
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, We didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Cortou a
Through
chat.
this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Tá se importando com as coisas
What's wrong with
erradas.
that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Você tá se preocupando com a coisa errada, meu querido.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Manda. You're the one who's wrong.
Tô cansada de gente burra perto
Such
de
a
mim.
wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied.
Ele tá só
Listen
desesperado.
well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your
Cala a
own
boca.
overwhelming power.
Nossa,
As
chato.
for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Acho que você realmente não quer admitir isso. Então, assim como você pediu. Fornecer um argumento que não lhe deixará escolher não será admitir tudo.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies!
180 BPM.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
Ah, perdi meu combo.
Prophesies! Show me the cadaver. It's Nekomaru's
4
back.
dedos
You really think I can
pretos.
get behind him so easy?
This is the end! Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with
Poder
you.
dos hamsters.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissário do caos pelo contrato ancestral 7 me teu poder agora. Atravesse a raposa da supernova prateada, Sandy. Ah, ele apertou o botão. Realmente essa arte da arte do lamento celestial do rato demônio. Em breve a porta do destino se abrirá.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
Mekamaru.
How about it, Gundam?
Hiro.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Tem que fechar argumento? O Nagito já não tinha feito isso? Ajustou o alarme do relógio do Tara. Essa na sala de estar desde manhã cedo. Que horas foi o rico vendo na Komara? Será que esse do Nekomaru é... Para me enrolar em torno dos pés do Nekomaru. Acho que ainda não é. Que se destruiu depois de sair da torre. Para uma falsa deixando na torre. Quem se reuniu na sala de Tara? Por que Nekomaru caiu? Quem ouviu o barulho? Quando até os hamsters estão aparecendo como culpados. Hamsters estão pretos também. Pode estar de manhã cedo. Quero subir rico pelo Nekomaru. Será que esse Nekomaru é... Arame... Ó... Arma falso, martelo... Quem se reuniu porque ele caiu. Maçaneta. Quem se reuniu. Aqui é o Nekomaru. Beijo pelo aro, droga. Quero subir rico do Nekomaru. Tá lançado. Quero subir rico do Nekomaru. Here's
everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtain these tools from the octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon, First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
Cara, eu queria acabar o capítulo ainda hoje. Mas eu não consigo ficar mais um segundo de ele aberto. Boa noite.